Hello and welcome to Rathod's IAS. Today in this session we are going to see current affairs of 22nd September 2023, and whatever the current affairs we are discussing, that is important from both your UPSC and even other state public service examinations, and if you are preparing for any other competitive examinations also, this current affairs we are going to cover. Okay. So, and one more thing here is, if you are watching this session, please don't skip the session, watch till the end so that you will be getting lot of new points and you will be understanding how to connect our static syllabus with dynamic. So, the first topic in this first page is important, and this topic it is about Women's Quota Bill cleared in Rajya Sabha as all members vote in support. So finally, we came up with providing reservation for women in politics. So in yesterday's paper, there is one article that in Lok Sabha, this bill has been passed. And once this bill is passed in Lok Sabha, it introduced in this Rajya Sabha in this special session of Parliament. And finally, this bill also passed by Rajya Sabha. And now this bill will be placed before President for assent. And after President once give assent, then this bill will become an act and it will be published in Gazette. So here you have to know about what are the provisions of this bill. So what are the advantages and what are the challenges regarding implementation of this bill. So it is a dream actually, because in our society, which constitute both men, women, children, elderly people, right? But why there is no reservation for women? So why there is less participation of women in politics? Because of here reason is patriarchal society. So from later Vedic period onwards, so there is decreased value for women in society. So because of this, we can see people, women who are coming from only elite societies, they are seeing here and there, but not all. So because of this bill, we are providing reservation for women, that is nothing but 33% or 1/3 seats in Lok Sabha and Legislative Assembly, they will be reserved for women now. Is it clear? So here already we discussed this topic number of times, and now just you have to do revision. So once this bill which is getting assent by governor, and there we are going to see the detailed analysis of this topic, because then we will be getting lot of editorials, so we will be having enough content there to discuss from scholars' point of view. Is that clear? So this is the one important article in the first page, that's it. And you can leave the city page. But here you can see one article like Supreme Court to pass orders today to on sale use of crackers in city. So every year we will be facing one common problem. So every year during winter season we will be facing this problem of air pollution and deterioration of air quality, that is bad air quality in Delhi region. So one important cause here is, normally in this winter season we will be celebrating Diwali festival, Dasra festival, and we will be burning crackers. So whenever we are burning crackers, so it will release lot of pollution, right? It will further leads to increasing of particulate matter 2.5 and particulate matter 10 in atmosphere, right? So because of this, court came up with this decision to ban this crackers use and sale. And here you have to know about what are the primary causes for air pollution in Delhi, and even you can know about what is this stubble burning. So how this stubble burning in Punjab and Haryana leads to Delhi air pollution, and even you have to know what are the measures already taken by government. So these analysis will be important from your mains point of view, but here in this context there is also one dimension you can add. I hope you can see here, right? So which is that dimension? You can know about what are these green crackers. First one is you have to know about what are these green crackers, and there are three different types of green crackers you have to know, and what is the difference between these three type of crackers. So it is your homework. Please let me know in the comment box. So these are the some things that you have to remember from this point of view. I hope you are following, right? So if you have any doubt, so please post your doubt in the comment box, so that we will be discussing your doubts in next class. And the states page, here you can see one article. So it is CM Chauhan unveils statue of oneness in Omkareshwar. So the same way, so this is about statue of oneness. In nearby outskirts of Hyderabad, we have one more statue, that is statue of equality. Okay, don't confuse with this statue of oneness and statue of equality. So the statue of equality, it is present in the outskirts of Hyderabad, and here the statue of oneness, which is located in the state of MP. Okay, and even the statues are different. So it is statue of Adi Shankaracharya, so this statue of equality is the statue of Ramanujacharya. Okay, so here Adi Shankaracharya, he was proponent of Advaita. So here what you have to focus? You have to focus on in which state it is located. It is very important from prelims. And even you can see some facts regarding this Adi Shankaracharya, and even different philosophies. We have Advaita, Dvaita Advaita, Vishishta Advaita. So what are those? You have to see from your history point of view. And this topic is important from your history, which comes under GS paper 2. And there is one more article which is important from the same page, is Karnataka's share of women representation in assembly lowest among southern states. So here we have to focus on southern states. So let us draw a map. So I am not drawing exact map, just I am drawing schematic map. So the states which are present in this part, which comes in the southern states. So here we have Kerala, here we have Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, AP, Telangana, Maharashtra, and here we have Goa, right? Is it correct? So why it is a concern now? Especially in southern states, whenever there is low participation of women in politics, so what is the issue? So these southern states, they are doing good in economy, and most of the states are manufacturing states. That means, for example, Tamil Nadu. And these states, they are having high rate of literacy. Literacy rate is high when you compare with that of north part of our country. And they are doing well in some indicators like ease of doing business. And they are doing very good in health. And these states are also getting good remittances. For example, Kerala. And we are seeing like there are many manufacturing units. So because of this manufacturing units, so people from northern part, especially laborers, they will come or they will migrate to the southern parts of our country in search of employment. Right, so despite of doing all these things, so what might be the reason for the low participation of women in this state of Karnataka? So it is my question. If you are from Karnataka, I think there are many students who are watching this video from Karnataka. So please let me know what is the reason. Okay, so that thing that you have to remember, and how much percentage of women participation is seen. So we have around 4.5% of women who are participating in this politics from state of Karnataka. And other states, Andhra Pradesh 8% of women participation, and also like in Tamil Nadu and Telangana it is around 5 and 5.1%. In Kerala it is 7.9%, but in Karnataka it is 4.5%. So you have to see what are the reasons, and please let me know the reasons for the low participation of women in politics from Karnataka. Is that clear? So now we have to see some more important articles. So if you move on, here you can see one article. So this article, it is about New Pamban Bridge may miss its November deadline. So actually this infrastructure project started in year 2019, but now it is 2023, and in this 2023 also we are not going to achieve the deadline or the target for completion of this project. If you see in 2020, in 2021 we were in the phase of COVID-19 pandemic. So to contain this, our government imposed nationwide lockdowns, and even local area closures happened based on the number of cases, and quarantine measures, social distancing, everything. Because of all these things, there is no project which had been done in this 2020 and 2021. So because of this, now there is delay, and even the target we are not going to achieve even in this year. So this article is important from your economy point of view. In economy, we have a chapter called as infrastructure. So whenever you are talking about infrastructure, so if you are developing infrastructure in any area, how it will going to have impact on society, how it is going to have impact on our economy. So these are the things that you have to think about. So we can add about what are the advantages, and even we have to see what are the challenges. And especially one more important concept that we can connect here is, in infrastructure we will be having this public-private partnership. So either government is not completely financing, or either private sector is completely financing. So government and the private sector, they will come together, and both they will be going up with this infrastructure projects. Such type of projects is called as PPP powered projects. And in this PPP also we will be having different models: build, operate and transfer. This is one example. There is BOT model. So there are 5 to 6 types of this PPP models. So you have to revise those, and you have to see what are the differences from one model to another model. So this topic is at most important, and we are going to see this topic in detail. Is it clear? If you have any doubts, so please let me know in the comment box, so that we will be having doubt clearing session soon. So if you see this article which says that Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh unveiled means nothing but opened gigantic statue of Adi Guru, that is Shankaracharya, on Mandhata Hillock at Omkareshwar in Kandwa district. So where is this Kandwa district is located? In state of Madhya Pradesh. So here you can expect a question like, for example, Statue of Unity, Statue of Equality, Statue of Oneness on one side, and they will be giving you the related persons, okay, like Adi Shankaracharya, Ramanujacharya and Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, like that. or else they can give the state in which they are located. Like the statue of equality is located in Telangana, it is located in, statue of oneness is located in this Madhya Pradesh, like that. So you have to remember this as well. Is it clear? So in this way also you can expect questions in your prelims. That's what I am saying. And this statue is called as Ekatmata Ki Murti, that is statue of oneness, and the height of the statue here is 108 feet tall statue. And this statue which portrays 8th century Indian philosopher and theologian, and he came up with this doctrine called as Advaita. So that person is nothing but Adi Shankaracharya. So when he was born on 11th May 788 AD near Kochi in Kerala. At age of 33, that means that at a very tender age, he went to Samadhi. And at which place? So that is Kedar Tirth. So this place is also very important from your prelims point of view. And even in other examinations also you can get that place. And he was devotee of Shiva. So actually Ramanujacharya, he was proponent of Vaishnava or Vaishnavism. But here Shankaracharya is a devotee of Shiva. So here in this area also UPSC may play the game with you. You should be very much careful. And he propounded the doctrine of Advaita, that is monoism. And he also came up with the writing of a lot of commentaries on Upanishad, Brahma Sutras, Bhagavad Gita, etc. And actually he was opposed to Buddhist philosophers. So this is very important thing, and this is very important fact from your prelims point of view. And what are the major works of this Adi Shankaracharya? So first one is Brahma Sutra Bhyasa or Bhashya. Okay, so first one is Bhashya, and next one is Bhajagovinda Stotra and Nirvana Shatakam and Prakaran Granths. So these are the major works of this Adi Shankaracharya. And not only this, he contributed a lot for our society. So first one is, he was responsible for reviving of Hinduism in India. Because at that time Buddhism was gaining popularity, he opposed this Buddhist philosophers, and finally he mainly propagated Hinduism, or he focused on reviving of this Hinduism. And he also established 4 matas in the 4 corners of India at Sringeri, Puri, Dwaraka, Badrinath for propagation of Sanatana Dharma. So I think this word we discussed recently, right? So our Prime Minister also made a statement on this Sanatana Dharma. So here you can get a question regarding the Sanatana Dharma this year prelims. Already we discussed about that, Sanatana Dharma. And next topic it is about New Pamban Bridge may miss its November deadline. So this article is also very important, and you have to see some basic facts regarding this. What is this Pamban Bridge? Okay, so from this point of view you can get a question. So your contest says that the new Pamban Railway Sea Bridge, it is Railway Sea Bridge, it is being built to connect Mandapam town to the mainland with Rameshwaram on this Pamban island in Tamil Nadu. So where it is located in the state of Tamil Nadu. So this construction which had been started since 2019 onwards. So let us have a look over this bridge. So this is that bridge. Okay, you can see this bridge, right? So this is that bridge. Okay. And if you are talking about some facts regarding this bridge, it is being developed by Rail Vikas Nigam Limited. So this is very important for other competitive examinations, and it is being developed parallel to the old railway bridge. Already we are having old railway bridge. So to the parallel of this old railway bridge we are building this, because this old railway bridge, it was from the Britishers time. It was built in 1914. And especially to increase the trade relationship between India and Sri Lanka, Britishers came up with this building of this bridge. And this Pamban Cantilever Bridge connects town of this Mandapam in mainland India with Pamban Island and Rameshwaram. So it is like 2.5 kilometer bridge, and one more specialty of this bridge is it is India's first vertical railway sea bridge. So because of this is very important, and even it will ensure the trains which are currently operating. So what are the trains which are going on this old railway line which was British time periods? So we are moving just 10 kilometers per hour speed, but with this new bridge we can increase that speed to 80 kmph. So what will be the advantages? So whenever we are coming up with any development projects, we will be having advantages like, so we can boost tourism, we can increase economy, we can increase trade, and even especially we can also increase this tourism industry regarding this pilgrimage purpose, such that large number of devotees they can visit this Rameshwaram temple and as well as Jyotirling. Okay, so this is the significance of this project, and if there is any point that you want to add here, so please let me know in the comment box. Is it clear? Shall we move on? And next topic is the silent killer. So this article is talking about hypertension. In short, HTN, in our medical terminology we will call it as HTN. So HTN is nothing but hypertension. So what happens in this hypertension? There will be increasing of blood pressure. So there is increasing of blood pressure. So this condition is called as hypertension. So how can we measure this blood pressure? So we are using this sphygmomanometer to measure this blood pressure, and normal blood pressure here is 120/80 mm of Hg. So if your blood pressure is more than this, you can say like you are having increased blood pressure. So what is this blood pressure exactly? For example, let us consider this is as a blood vessel. Okay, I will change the color to make you understand more in detail. Let us see, this is as a blood vessel. So in this blood vessel, our blood will be flowing, right? Okay, blood is flowing here. Blood is present here and blood is moving in this blood vessel. So whenever blood is moving in the blood vessel, so this blood will be, okay, now this blood will be exerting pressure on the walls of this blood vessel. So this pressure exerted by blood on this blood vessels or the walls of the blood vessels, that condition is called as blood pressure. That is called as blood pressure exactly. So what happened? So if you are obese or if you are consuming lot of fats, so fat will be get deposited, for example here. Okay, so whenever the fat it is get deposited in so and so place, then what happened? That will lead to increasing of BP. Or what happens sometimes? So blood will be deposited on the walls of this blood vessel, so that there will be narrowing of the passage. So because of that, it will be also increasing the blood pressure. So whenever there is increasing of blood pressure, automatically sometimes it will lead to other diseases like, for example, angina, myocardial infarction, chronic heart disease, like that. So these were the very severe conditions. So what is the reason for the increasing of blood pressure? So first one is because of lifestyle changes. Because of lifestyle changes. Earlier we used to have the food in home, but now because of this Zomato, because of this fast food systems, okay, we are having this burger, pizza, okay, whatever the stuff that we are getting outside, and we are also showing interest towards taking outside food rather than how homemade food. So because of this, that led to increasing of fat consumption. And second one here is because of increased salt intake. So salt will contains NaCl. Because of this sodium, what happened? There will be increasing of blood pressure is happening. And because of atherosclerosis is nothing but whenever there is deposition of fat is happening in your blood vessels. That condition is called as atherosclerosis. So in this way also there will be increasing of blood pressure. And not only this, because of this genetic reasons also there will be increasing of blood pressure. Okay, so these are some common causes, but I am not going deep into this topic. If I go deep, it will be taking around 2 to 3 hours to take this topic itself. So now let us try to see what this article is talking about. That much deep is not at all important from UPSC point of view. Just for improving your knowledge, I said, because most of them from arts and commerce and maths background, they might not be knowing much. So because of this, I explained this topic in somewhat deep. So this article is talking about India and blood pressure. So globally, that means across the world, this high BP, that is hypertension, which is affecting 1 in every 3 individuals and 4 out of every 5 do not have adequately controlled. That means there is no control on blood pressure is seen, and this is according to World Health Organization report on hypertension. And this report which released very recently in September, okay, on September 19th itself. So this article says that yes, this hypertension, it is one of the biggest risk factor that will lead to death and sometimes disability, okay, if you are not keeping this blood pressure in control. So even though here we have lot of hypertensive medicines, that is a blood pressure medicines you are present in market, and even they are not much costly when we are comparing with that of cancer also. So even though availability of this medicine is very high in the market and even though cost is less, but we are not properly using to control the BP now. So uncontrolled BP, whenever it is above 140/90, it is one of the major risk factor for this CVDs, that is cardiovascular disease like heart attack, stroke, okay. So because of this, that will obviously leads to the death. So if you see one more important report which says that in WHO report, it is talking about this 2019 data. So according to this 2019 data, 188 million Indian adults who are between this 30 to 79 years, they have this BP, that is hypertension. And out of them, the condition has been diagnosed only in 37%. And out of this 37%, there's just 30% you are getting treatment. Okay, so diagnosis is less. Even though after diagnosis also, the people who are using these medications is less. And one more study in 4 Indian states published in 2021, they said that because of high salt content and because of high sugar content in packaged food items is one important cause for this blood pressure, increased blood pressure or hypertension. So even if you are talking about Lay's packets or any other chips packets that you can easily available in the market, so they will be having a label like what is present, but they are not giving data regarding sugars and salt. Okay, so without sugar and salt, there will be nothing like long-term preservation, right? So for that, they will be using salt. And even making front of pack nutrition label is mandatory, but here these foods, they are not giving the exact value, or sometimes you are not giving even the amount of the salt which is present. And India has, however, which had been done very well in improving this blood pressure control in the people, because India came up with this one novel idea, that is India Hypertension Control Initiative. And this initiative which launched in year 2018, and it successfully enrolled 5.8 million hypertensive patients for treatment in 27 states, and this data it is as per June 2023. And next one is here 48% of patients they enrolled at primary healthcare centers to get treatment regarding hypertension, and about 55% of health wellness centers, they also achieved this blood pressure control as of March 2021. So because of this, this mainly says that yes, India is doing very well in controlling of hypertension. And what is the need? The need here is we have to increase further the number of hypertensive people on treatment such that we can keep this blood pressure under control. So this is the idea of this topic. Is that clear? I discussed in detail regarding this article. So now let us see next topic. It is about tracking India's growth trajectory. So how we are measuring growth? Growth of country is measured in term called as GDP, that is gross domestic product. So what is this GDP? Is nothing but the total value of final goods and services which are produced in a country within 1 year of time. And in India we are using different methods for calculating this GDP. So here you have to see what are the methods that we are using for calculating of this GDP. So we have income method, expenditure method and value added method, right? So you have to know about that. And here this article says that here we have direct taxes and we have indirect taxes. So direct taxes is nothing but, so whenever your income is increasing, you have to contribute to the government. Why? What is the reason? So in our society we have rich and poor, haves and have-nots. So for have-nots, government will be coming up with developmental schemes. So for that development schemes, government need money, right? So government means nothing but the ministers, they are not removing the money from their pocket and they are spending. So it is the money that we are paying and they will be using for these schemes, okay? So that types of taxes are called as direct tax. For example, income tax, corporate tax, etc. But indirect tax are nothing but the taxes will be collected on both poor and as well as rich. One such example here is GST, goods and service tax. So whenever there is increasing of direct tax, it will be affecting only certain section of people. But if there is increasing of indirect tax means it will be affecting poor and rich. But this poor will be more vulnerable because already these rich people, they have enough money to pay, right? So there will be no bothering about these rich people. But poor people, they will be going to be affected more whenever there is any change in the slabs in indirect tax. Okay, here you have to focus on what are the examples of this direct tax and examples of this indirect tax. So now let us see this topic in detail. So context says that the conventional way to access a country's economic situation, it is to look the quarterly and annual GDP growth rate. Yes, we are having 12 months in a year and these 12 months will be divided into 4 quarters, quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3 and quarter 4. So which is having 3 months each. So if we want to know the economic condition of that country, so we are going to see how there is development is seen in economy in the quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3 and quarter 4, or even you can take year wise data or annual GDP growth. So the quarter 1 data converging this GDP rate from April to June of financial 2024 boost a nominal growth rate of 8% and the real growth rate is 7.8%. That means again you have to focus on one more concept here, that is what is nominal and what is real. So what is nominal and what is real? And you have to see one more term, that is what is this GDP deflator. So I will be telling about this, what is this nominal and real, and your homework is you have to tell me what is this GDP deflator. Is it okay? I am doing one work, I am doing another work to you, okay? So it is tit for tat and it is balanced. So now let us try to see what is this nominal GDP and what is this real GDP. So nominal GDP is nothing but we are calculating the final prices of goods and services at a current year prices. That means I am calculating 2023 prices now. And real means nothing but we are taking the price of base year. So how we are selecting this base year? Base year means nothing but in that year there should be no disaster or no uneven fall and rise of economy. So that we will be taking as base year. As of now we are taking base year, that is 2011 to 2012. Okay, base year prices are also called as constant prices. So this is a term that you have to remember, and I want to give you homework, that is what is this GDP deflator. Okay, now let us see what are the details given in this article. So this article says that the government's tax revenues from direct taxes have weakened over the previous quarter, but you can see indirect taxes had been increased, and now because of this we can see this is a K-shaped recovery now. So this is K-shaped recovery. So in this K-shaped recovery, professionals they will be benefiting, but everyone else they will be having negative impact. So this type of growth is called as K-shaped growth recovery. And next topic is very important, that is China, US and India absent at United Nations Climate Ambition Summit. So what is the keyword? The keyword here is United Nations Climate Ambition Summit. So keyword is United Nations Ambition Summit, and this topic is important from environment and ecology, which comes under GS paper 3. And this topic is important from your prelims and mains. So from prelims you can get some basic facts regarding this United Nations Climate Ambition Summit, but from mains point of view you can get analysis based question. So now let us try to see this topic. So context says that the Climate Ambition Summit in New York, which held recently, to this summit India, China and US they were absent. So which are those countries that were absent? US, China and India, they were absent. But if you see these contributions of these countries towards carbon emissions, they are the top most 3 countries they are emitting the carbon emissions. But these countries they didn't attended this summit. So because of this it is cause of concern. So actually this summit they are going to talk about the actions of the countries, how they are going to decrease the future global emissions. So this is the idea of that summit, but these 3 countries which are top 3 most emission releasing countries, but they had not been attended. So details says that China, US and India, which collectively account for more than 42% of global greenhouse gas emissions, and they are top 3 emitters, but they didn't attend this session or summit. So if you see some facts regarding this summit, the summit has the objective to set out new ambitions and commitments under the 3 pillars of this Paris Agreement. So they want to focus on climate mitigation, climate adaptation and finance, but these 3 countries they abstained from this summit. And this summit which provides a meaningful platform for business, for cities and even other non-state actors as well. And actually in this meet they want to support the governments of the countries to take some necessary steps, okay, such that they can address this climate change problems and climate change related events. So here you have to focus on what is this Paris Agreement and climate change. So in 2015 United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, that is United Nations FCC, in 2015 they came up with this agreement, that is Paris Agreement. And this agreement it is to strengthen the global response mainly to threat of this climate change. And actually we have to keep the global rise of temperature to decrease to 1.5 to 2 degrees centigrade, but it has not been achieved. And China is one of the largest emitter, recently stated that United Nations that its carbon dioxide emissions will peak before 2030, and later on it will be achieving this carbon neutrality by 2060. So this is the thing which mainly said by this China. And US has become the first nation in the world to formally withdraw from this Paris Climate Agreement. So because of this, what happened, whenever one country which is significantly releasing these emissions into atmosphere, so whenever that country is coming out, means other countries will they are going to take this commitments into serious? No, right? So they will not taking this issue seriously. So because of this, what happened, that led to weakening of global fight against climate change. Okay, so this is about this topic, and I want to come up with a final call for this geography live course. And yesterday and day before yesterday we gave the option of attending free live class of this geography, and from tomorrow onwards we are going to take class only for the students who paid for this course. And you can join today you can join to this course. And here the highlights of this course here is, we are going to complete Indian and world geography within 60 hours of classes. So we are going to cover each and every single topic, subtopic as well, and we are going into very deep of these topics. And the classes will be from basic to advanced level. And in yesterday's class we discussed a lot of topics from our solar system and universe. And we are also going to discuss PYQs and mains questions which appeared. And we are also going to have daily mains and prelims practice questions. And if you are not attending the live, you will be also getting recorded videos that will be available for next 15 days, and there will be doubt clearing will be done. So unlike the other platforms, here you can unmute yourself and you can raise your voice if you have doubt, okay, so that you can easily clear these doubts. So try to join this course. The course offer is still 3000 is going on. So you can contact us on this number 8074765513 to join this course, and or else you can also text me on WhatsApp on this number, so that we can provide you the QR code of Rathod's IAS. After payment we will be joining you in the Telegram channel, where you will be getting all the details regarding the class links, everything. Okay, so try to join this course, it will be absolutely beneficial. So now let us move back to our Hindu newspaper. So we discussed about this article, this new Pamban bridge. And if you move on, you can leave this spotlight, you can leave this Metro Plus, you can move on to this editorial page. So I discussed about this topic regarding hypertension. And here this article which is talking about propelling India's development in the right way. So here it is talking about in which areas we had development. For example, space sector. For example, now you can talk about technology, how we are using the technologies. And because of using of technologies, it is also creating some problems like inequality, etc. Those are the things that are given here. Already we discussed this topic number of times. So if you have time, you can go through this article once. And these two articles are much not important. And next one is tackling of India's growth trajectory. I discussed this topic, and you can directly move on to this news page. So in this news page also, most of the articles that I found, they are political articles because of elections. You can move and you can skip them. And here I discussed about this topic regarding China, US and India absent at United Nations Climate Action or Ambition Summit. And next one here is, you have to say this article, that is, a panel suggests GPS trackers to reduce overcrowding in prisons. So in prisons we are facing one problem, that is increased strength, especially undertrailed people, they are highly present in the prisons. So because of this, what happened, there is increased crowding or overcrowding is seen. Okay, so because of this, now we can use this GPS trackers. So here parliamentary panel recommended ankle trackers or bracelets on the prison inmates to reduce overcrowding in the prisons. Okay, so one important solution here is, so as soon as possible, so we have to conduct the justice delivery system fast so that we can reduce the crowding, because we can remove this under trail people from the jails. Okay, so that's it. And according to this data, that is National Crime Records Bureau data for 2021, it said that there are 1319 prisons in India and total capacity is 4,25,609 prisoners. But actually, how many inmates are there now? 5,54,034 are present. So here occupancy rate here is 130.2%. And even one more problem here is, so many of the jails, they are belonging to the colonial period. So they do not have proper technology as well. Okay, so those are the problems regarding these prisons that you have to remember. And in this world page also there is nothing much important. Even in this business page also there is nothing much important. So these are the some important articles that appeared in our today's Hindu newspaper. I covered almost everything in the newspaper in this class. So this class is very useful for every competitive examination. You can watch from starting to ending. So don't skip the video. And I will be giving you some ideas like how to connect this current affairs with the static also. So wherever it is necessary, I will be discussing the static syllabus. So one thing here is, you have to hit the like button. So please do like the video, and you have to share this video to your friends and Telegram groups or WhatsApp channels. And one more thing here is, we are going to have weekly analysis. So many students asked me to come up with weekly current affairs. So weekly current affairs analysis, that I am going to come up tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. At 11:30 a.m. I will be coming up with the weekly current affairs analysis, not in Rathod size, but is in Unacademy. So in Unacademy platform, at 11:30 a.m. I will be coming up with this weekly current affairs. So try to join that session, so that we are going to discuss at most important topics there. Okay. So there we are going to discuss the topics that are important from prelims and mains point of view. Okay, which have not been covered here. So try to join that session as well. So the time here is 11:30 a.m. Don't forget this. Even I will be posting the link of that class in the description box and even the community as well. So follow Rathod Science Academy for getting the updates regarding this weekly current affairs analysis. And one more thing here is, please do subscribe to this Rathod Science Academy channel. Thank you so much for watching.